Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Funeral services for Vernon D. Bartlett, age 83 of Cullman, will be at 11 a.m. today at Nichols Funeral Home. Steve Bryant and Kyle Woodard officiate. Burial in Mount Pleasant Baptist Church Cemetery. Nichols in charge. Mr. Bartlett passed away Sunday at his home. Reverend J.W. Dub Hicks of Cullman, 68, passed away Saturday at his residence. Funeral services are scheduled for noon today at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. The Reverend Delvin Kilgo will officiate. Interment in Jones Chapel Cemetery. Those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Bank presents Today on 2, broadcasting live at channel2cullman.com, or anytime you want to watch us. We're available on that same website as we archive our programs. Let's start with the weather forecast for today. Did you have any fog this morning coming in?
No, I
didn't notice any either. There is some patchy fog in the forecast. Our weather brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet at Cherokee Avenue. And we start with let's see, what are we going to start with? Here we go with the Weather Almanac for the 29th of October. The average high temperature in Cullman, Alabama is 71. The average low is 47. The record high 86 in 1940. The record low 26, 1914. Sunset at 6:38. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:23. And now we can check the satellite picture. Very, very wintry weather up north. I guess Minnesota's getting some heavy snow. Our part of the country doesn't look too bad. Here's our forecast for today. Maybe a little bit of patchy fog this morning, otherwise partly sunny today. A high near 76. Wow. Partly cloudy tonight, lower 57. Sunny again tomorrow with a high 78. Then we'll see a gradual cooling trend Thursday, 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high of 75. On Friday, slight chance of rain, a high of 71. Saturday, 65. Sunday, 61. That's a trend, all right. Monday, coming back up to 65. Right. So as we finish up with October, headed to November, cooler temperatures.
Well, good.
Did you get the feeling over the weekend that somebody just threw the switch and all the leaves changed color?
I have noticed.
It was like instant.
I have noticed, yes, that they are really starting to change, and it's always a beautiful time of the year, and a lot of people like to do the fall, color whatever trip or whatever.
Well, Ted had some footage on his program there of the mums and the pumpkins and everything. It's, beautiful time of the year.
Yes, I love all this color, and I love it when the trees change.
Yeah, but it just seems like it just happened instantly over the weekend.
It's probably been gradually coming, but maybe with the cool snap, something had something to do with that little cool snap. Yeah. So anyway, but it was very nice. Yeah. Very, very nice.
Okay, let's see. Who's our Facebook friend of the day for today?
Wendy Taylor is our Facebook friend, and let's see. Wendy likes Jim and Nick's barbecue, and she likes movies. So we're glad that she's our friend, and of course we're going to reward her for being our friend by giving her a gift certificate so she can go over and get that large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, located right there in the Berlin area.
And we have a special event coming up next month that we're going to talk about today. Who's our guest today?
Yes, we are going to be visiting with Colonel Ken Brown, and he is going to be talking to us about a Veterans Day special event, like you said, on a Saturday, and we'll let him give us all the details. I think we are going to really highlight the Vietnam vets, and it's about time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about that. George Spear is here to talk about news and commentary right after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room, the best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Moody. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Time for news and commentary on this Tuesday morning. Kind of nice out there. Kind of blustery, though, looking, isn't it? Man, I tell you, I guess we're going to have some high winds this week, either tomorrow or next day. I can't remember. Looking at morning news, Cullman Times reporting that former Commission Chairman J.W. Hicks, Dub Hicks, is dead at 68 years old. Dub served from 1985 to 1989 and then spent 23 years at the Cullman County District Attorney's Office, working with victim services and giving those people assistance there. He was involved in a case that my family was involved in, making sure that restitution was made, and he did a good job of that. And J.W. Hicks, dead at 68 years old. Also today, Holly Pond is a site for Alabama lawmakers. They're going to get a chance to hear about the state's agriculture sector. That's ahead of next year's legislative session. They want to know what the people out in Holly Pond and the agriculture business want our legislature to know is some of the laws they pass have an impact on them, and what is the good and what's the bad. Guy Hunt Museum is the location in Holly Pond where this will be held, and of course the Agricultural Commissioner John McMillan is scheduled to be there too. It'll be interesting to see just how many show up and how many don't, because many counties in Alabama, most deal with agriculture. You know, you got it's the nature of the beast when it comes to when you live in the South. Not all is agriculture. A lot of it is related to that. And of course, in Cullman County, we have the benefit of having industries too, which provide for stability and hope I believe in our economy here, and in terms of employment too. Well, while most southern states have seen a recession in the interest in buying firearms this summer and this fall, Alabama's not to be confused with those guys. You see, this legislature this last term passed a bill that allows 18 to 21-year-olds to apply for concealed carry permits, and the people who sell guns in Alabama say that has nothing to do with it. They just think there's more of an interest in buying guns, and some that were kind of hard to find back earlier this year. I don't know, like I mentioned a while back, I saw my first individual carrying a pistol on his hip, and he wasn't a policeman, law enforcement. Saw him in a restaurant. It was it takes you back for just a moment when you see that to begin with. Reminds you of the old wild, wild west, I guess, in a way. Of course, this administration in Washington has a lot to do with why people in Alabama feel like we need to protect our rights, doesn't it? After all, we went through something back a while back called recession, or rather Reconstruction. Remember our folks talking about that? And you had everything appointed after the Civil War. You will put this person in this spot and this spot, and it didn't turn out too well. A lot of folks went hungry back in those days, and later years too, for that matter. Speaking of work, United Parcel Service is saying they're going to hire some 55,000 people during the holiday season to be loaders, drivers, sorters, other positions needed because of the rush in Christmas shopping and such. It's going to be a big year. More employees needed to get everything to get us to its destination. They say some 34 million packages are going to be picked up across the nation this holiday season. That's a lot of work. I remember a few years ago when I was sitting watching television one night. It was about 8 o'clock. heard a knock on the door, and I thought, who's coming here at 8 o'clock? I'm early to bed kind of guy myself. And it was a UPS delivery man. It was right before Christmas. And I said, boy, you sure are working late. He says, yeah, I've been doing this since 4 o'clock this morning. And it has been, there's some long days for those drivers. In Tuscaloosa, University of Alabama's got a grant, some $280,000 from the National Science Foundation to study butterflies. You have to be careful. These stories remind you of the old toilet seat for the Air Force for some $50,000 or $100,000. Of course, there's a lot more to that story than what met the eye. But this has obviously more implications to it. They see on a monarch butterfly, or any butterfly for that matter, they got scales on their wings, and they're trying to figure out how that helps the butterfly keep flying. And I can't figure it out myself. Trust me, I tried it when I was a kid, as did every young guy. Try to flap those things, and you didn't fly. In fact, you fell out of the barn like I did. But the thing about this is that they're studying this to see how the scales help a butterfly so they can use it in technology for smaller aircraft. And good luck, I guess, figuring that one out. I still don't see how a bumblebee flies, Anyway, having said that, I'll say this. The Fox News Network last night explained in one of their reports, the Department of Human Health and Services in 2010 estimated that millions would be without their health insurance plan. And lots of folks are finding that out. They're losing their health insurance for this Obamacare. And, of course, they're finding out that they're being canceled. And, of course, our president told us if you like your plan, you can keep it. I understand the Republicans in Washington got a bumper sticker with a saying. I forgot what the saying, the little phrase is, but basically error such and such, indicating, I think, what you get when you try to enroll in Obamacare when you go online. It's getting to be ridiculous. And even NBC is reporting this story. I tell you, how long can you cover for someone who doesn't show up for work or doesn't have the brains? Sorry, that's the way it feels. White House reported to House Republicans that there are 18 federal agencies engaged in global warming activities. There's twice as much money being spent on, it's getting warmer, than what we spend on protecting our borders. Twice as much. And you wonder again, what is going on up yonder? Where are their brains? What kind of logic is there to that? And I don't think there's a disconnect between reality and the people who apparently pass laws and people who work in Washington. Linda Ronstadt, the singer, you remember her, saving pennies, saving dimes, working until the sun don't shine, yada yada. Anyway, she says that she's got Parkinson's disease, says that she's glad, though, that she can still walk and talk. I'm grateful for that. And they go on to say, she says, it is what it is. Have you noticed that phrase? It is what it is. And you wonder, I wonder, what is it about? I love the English language. I love studying, phrases and terms, like a stitch in time saves 9 and such. And you wonder where some of those things, some of those phrases went. I've noticed that in more recent generations that they don't say, bye, Ned. Remember that phrase? I ain't going to do that, bye, Ned. Bye, Ned. Where'd that come from? Or I'm going to get shed of it. Shed. No, it's shed. S-H-E-D. Our ancestors were smarter maybe than what we thought. Carn was something you used to describe. That smells like carn. Terrible. Carn is what? Dead animals. So those folks back then were smarter than what we thought they were. Stay tuned. More today on 2 after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Well, what do you say? Should we give away some prizes?
We can sure try.
All right, let's see. We have the homemade dessert from Busy Bee Cafe as our prize for today, and I think, is that our only prize? Okay, we have the bag of apples from Steel Orchard. Those are the prizes we have for today. Let's look at our merchant ads. We'll ask a question, of course, about one of these ads. We start with Auto Tech, where they do major engine repair, transmission, and brake repair on all vehicles, foreign and domestic, located on County Road 1354.
And Mullins Body Shop, you've counted on them for over 50 years now for auto body repair and towing, and you can count on them today. Mullins Body Shop is located in the Phelan area. Give them a call, 256-734-1353.
AmeriGas is now Coast Gas. Different name, but the same personnel. They have a fall tank set special. They have 24-hour answering service, competitive pricing, and full service.
Brown & Company Beverages, Taste of Fall. They have seasonal beers there in stock. They have wine and beer tastings occasionally. They're located right next to the Ford dealership on Highway 157.
Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. They have licensed inflatables, slides, water slides, obstacle courses. Call Holly Mullins to book your inflatable.
And Deb's Bookstore. You can call Deb or go by and see her. She's located at 207 3rd Street, right across the street from the Chamber of Commerce. It's your hometown bookstore just down the road.
Night Free Insurance, providing insurance coverage for over 3 generations, and voted one of the top 10 growth agencies in Alabama for auto owners insurance.
And LaFawn is a line that's now in Doug Doggett Jewelers. He's located right there on Compass Way in Southwest Coleman. You can visit him on the web as well, doggettjewelers.com.
Grand Point Pharmacy, think outside the box for the season. Christmas open house coming up November 9th and 10th. They have a gift shop open. By the way, they also have a coffee shop in there too, with free cookies, free homemade cookies on Tuesdays.
Oh,
like
okay.
Today.
I went there the other day to Grand Point Pharmacy. Fitness opportunities are there at the Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center. You can get day passes, but why not go ahead and sign up for a monthly visit, and that'll keep you in shape.
Dr. Howard Rogers is the man to talk to at the Baldwin Counseling Center. If you have problems, need to talk, want some privacy, help is a phone call away, 256-737-3087. Question for today is about Mullins Body Shop. How many years have they been in business? According to the ad, we mentioned that on the ad. How many years have they been in business at Mullins Body Shop? First person with the correct answer receives the free dessert at the Busy Bee Cafe and the bag of assorted apples from Steel Orchard. 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. We'll take your phone calls, and right now we're going to watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
I am Rusty Payne, the Premier Bank of the South. One of my favorite opportunities at the bank is to help customers save money for their future needs. It is important that funds be set aside for future needs, such as retirement years, unexpected medical bills, or many other home purchases or any other unexpected bills that occur. The bank offers customers a variety of ways to save money, such as individual retirement accounts and savings accounts that all pay interest. We work with our customers to help them choose the best option available for them, to set aside money as they are able to, and to help provide a comfortable, trouble-free future. We at Premier Bank of the South are ready to serve you and look forward to seeing you soon.
Mullins Body Shop, you can count on them for over...
Ta-da! You want me to say?
Yes.
50 years.
See, Jacqueline knew the answer.
I say it every day. I should know it.
We've been doing that ad for a long time.
Yes, we have.
Almost 50 years, I think. Yeah. Okay, here's the rest of our merchant ads. Starting with Cotton State Barns of Coleman, where they make carports, playsets, utility trailers, and storage buildings. No credit check, you're approved. They're on Highway 278, just west of the interstate.
And there's the Busy Bee Cafe, great location downtown Coleman. They have live music on Fridays and Saturday evenings. They've got new dinner hours from 2 to 9 p.m. And it's home of the original breaded burger. That's the Busy Bee Cafe.
Earl's Body Shop, voted best towing service. They do large and small towing, local or long distance. Located on Highway 31 North, or check out their web address, earlsbodyshop.com.
new fitness facility right in downtown Coleman next to Renard's Gallery. It's called Be Fit, and that's exactly what you can do. You can be fit because you can go month to month, no contract memberships included, certified personal trainer.
Yates Chance Christian Bookstore reminds you their Christmas open house will be almost in a month, November 23rd. They'll have a store-wide sale, discounts up to 60% off, refreshments, door prizes, and free giveaways.
And Tires for Less is more than just tires. You can have your oil change there, get some minor engine repair done, and fix those shocks and brakes. Go see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less.
Mr. Hicks Menswear, where you'll find men's clothing in regular, big, and tall sizes. Of course, they'll do suits and sport coats made to your measurements also. Mr. Hicks Menswear.
Borden Family Pharmacy, it's Coleman's leader in adult immunizations. They have shingles, pneumonia, and whooping cough vaccine, as well as the flu shots and flu mist for children. No appointment is necessary.
And we talked to you about the LaFawn line of jewelry, now available at Doug Doggett Jewelers, Flawless Beauty. Doug Doggett Jewelers now has a new web address, doggettjewelers.com.
And Pumpkin Pie Blizzard is still available for a couple more days through the month of October. And don't forget, Dairy Queen is featuring the $5 lunch. It's a great deal for lunch. Stop by and get a quick lunch.
Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue has the football tailgate packs, only $50. You get ribs, you get pulled pork, you get sauce, baked beans, potato salad, and large cheese fries.
Ooh.
Everybody wants the cheese fries at Mad Dog Mike's Barbecue. Let's check our birthday calendar for the 29th of October.
Looks like Jacob Thomas is going to have a birthday, and his name will be put into the drawing on Friday, where he has that possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
We are going to talk about a special Veterans Day event with Colonel Ken Brown right after this.
In the nation, we worry about fire-breathing monsters, and we worry about spinach. At Nationwide Insurance, we take care of the big things like protecting you, so you only have to worry about the little stuff. We put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation that doesn't sweat it.
Nationwide is on your side.
Welcome back once again, and we want to welcome back retired Colonel Ken Brown, who is here to visit with us and talk about a Veterans Day special event that's coming up soon. And I think you were kind of instigated some of this, right? I mean, I know there's always a Veterans Day special, but this has got a little twist to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, we work as a team down at the VFW and the American Legion and the DAV. All of us are in the same building now, across from the Christian Bookstore down there.
Okay.
And some of the other organizations have given up their buildings, so we're all down there together, and we work as a team to put the Veterans Program together. But it's sponsored by the City Council and the County Commission and the business community. And they're the ones that are paying for it, they're the ones that are driving it, and we simply put the military part of the program together.
Very
for
good.
them. And this year it's going to be, of course, in honor of all our veterans, but this year we're going to emphasize the Vietnam vets. It's been almost 50 years since the beginning of that war, and a lot of those guys just didn't get much recognition when they came home some years ago. It's been a long time, and they've watched as the greatest generation, rightfully so, got a lot of kudos for a lot of years at all these different ceremonies and so on. And now's the time, I think, that we really need to start recognizing our Vietnam vets for what they did.
I think our country was in such turmoil at that time during the Vietnam era. There were a lot of people that were opposed to this war, and they were protesting against it, and then a lot of draft dodgers, and it was just a bad time of the year. And then also I think that the veterans got a really bad rap, that there was a lot of media and publicity that made them look like they were terrible people, and they were just doing a job that the government sent them to do. And I think they've gotten a bad rap from get-go, you know?
Well, it was hard to come home from losing buddies and all the deprivations that one goes through in the climate and everything else over there, and being away from home, and come home and hear Cronkite and Rather and Jennings and the rest of them bad-mouthing the war every night on television, and people burning flags in the streets, and folks throwing bags of excrement over fences at the airport when you got off the airplane, and things of that sort. And it just was very, very hard to stomach. And a lot of those guys went home, took off their uniforms, and never wanted to be reminded about it. And I thought it would be particularly good this year if we created an event where they could come back out and really be celebrated for the service that they gave to their country, just like every generation of Americans have.
Ken, while you were serving in Vietnam, were you aware of what was going on back home?
To some extent, but not really. Most of the radio and television broadcasting over there was pretty much controlled by the military and by the government, and we didn't really get very much anti-war press, and that's probably good as far as morale was concerned and everything. But I want the Vietnam vets to come out and be honored, and I'm afraid that too many of them have kids and grandkids that have no idea what they contributed and what they did, and what Vietnam was all about, and what it looked like, and the music of the period that their grandfathers enjoyed, and some of the other things that we're going to be exposing them to again out at the Veterans Park. So.
And I think because of the draft, there were a lot of young guys, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, and that they got a rude awakening when they went to Vietnam, didn't they? They saw some things that really at that age shouldn't have to be exposed to, but they were, just because of the way things were.
Well, I think that's true in any war. Any combat veteran will tell you that, and I don't think it was any worse for the Vietnam vets, but unlike some of the other generations, it was a 10-year war, or over 10 years, and so we had a lot of guys exposed to it at a very young age.
Definitely. And so this is really just to kind of celebrate them, to recognize them, to once again, I mean, it's all about veterans, but really highlight the Vietnam era.
Well, we try to celebrate here in Coleman County Veterans Day the Saturday before Veterans Day every year, so that any of the veterans that want to go to the bigger celebrations in Birmingham or Huntsville can do so. And this is going to be at Sportsman's Lake at the Veterans Park down there between 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock on the Saturday before Veterans Day, the 9th of November. So that's a couple of weeks from now. And it's of course to honor all veterans, but this year specifically to honor the Vietnam vets. And I hope that all the viewers out there that know a Vietnam vet will talk to them about it, let them know about the event, and encourage them to come on out. And I hope, no fair to the Vietnam vets if we're going to honor you, not to come out and be honored. That's, so we're hoping to be able to get the word out to all the veterans out there in the county. Come to your Veterans Day. It'll be a 6-hour celebration this year rather than just an hour or 2-hour thing.
Right. And I think you're going to come back next week and give us details of some of the stuff that's actually going to be involved. But we need to, you pointed out something about the Vietnam vets that a lot of them don't want to talk about it, their families don't know. And as people pass away, you kind of think, oh man, Grandpa was in that war, but I don't know what he did, I don't know where he was stationed, and a lot of times people want to know. So now's a good time to talk about it, isn't it?
That's very true, and that's been my experience down at the VFW. There are a lot of guys down there in their 70s and 80s, and we have a few that are in their 90s, and up until a few years before they go, they really have not wanted to talk about it, and then all of a sudden they decide, I want to open up, I want my family to know what I did, and I think that's right. I think that's healthy, and I'm hopeful that this will offer the Vietnam veterans an opportunity to come out, be with other Vietnam veterans. We have a Vietnam Veterans Association guys coming from Huntsville and Birmingham. There are going to be a lot of brothers out there, and You fly cross country, you walk through Dallas Airport or whatever, and you have a cap like this on, and you wouldn't believe the number of guys that'll come up and say, "Welcome home, brother." You know, just that's what we say to each other when we see each other as Vietnam vets, because we didn't get much of a welcome home from the American people, so we welcome each other home. And so that's the theme this year, is "Welcome home, brother," and I hope the Vietnam vets will come out to be welcomed home.
All right. Thanks so much for being here today. Talk about it.
We'll be back with more right after this.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. The Veterans Day celebration 2013 will be taking place, of course, on Saturday, November the 9th from 9 until 3 at the Veterans Memorial Park at Sportsman's Lake Park, featuring a special welcome home tribute to our Vietnam veterans. We just talked about that. And the Mount Olive Church Ladies Christmas Bazaar will be taking place on Saturday the 9th from 8 until 3 at the Fairview Town Hall. Famous homemade desserts, original arts, and crafts are going to be available. And if you have a community billboard you want to share with us, you can email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com. You can give us a call at 256-734-7399. You can fax it to 256-734-7680, or be a friend on Facebook. Channel 2 Coleman, spell out the number 2.
Weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. It'll be partly sunny today with a high of 76. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 57. Sunny again tomorrow with a high of 78. Who's our guest coming tomorrow?
Well, you and I are going to be able to meet Dr. Doreen Griffith, the new superintendent for the Coleman Schools, City Schools. We're excited about that. And then, of course, I just want to give a little preview on Thursday. It's a Halloween special, so they're going to want to really watch on Halloween. Got a special coming up.
People will be in costumes.
Yes, yes.
Whoa.
All kinds of people.
Okay, that's our program for today. Thank you for watching today on 2.
Hope you have a great day.